This video is about Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter/X and how the establishment, the matrix, the system, or whatever you want to call it, is trying to discredit the platform for reinstating free speech in society. Elon Musk is one of the most influential people to have ever walked the face of the earth. He has changed the course of history on multiple occasions across different sectors. His first big success, PayPal, revolutionized e-commerce and made making transactions online safe and convenient in the 90s, where the internet was just taking off. His Tesla car manufactured the best electric car to ever exist, revolutionizing the automobile industry and making electric cars cool and popular, which will have a direct effect on the environment long term. He has been sending rockets into space with SpaceX and has built the foundations to humans becoming a multi-planet species. He has other companies such as Neuralink, which will allow human beings to have control over their nervous system, that will cure a host of disabilities and learning difficulties, but will also allow human beings to surf the internet and learn new skills without a phone and program it straight into their brain. He has sent satellites to orbit the Earth through Starlink that will give free Wi-Fi to everyone, especially people in poor countries with dictatorship governments that limit internet access. This will have a huge effect on the world as more people will have access to the internet and will revolutionize communication and commerce online, as literally billions more people will have access to the internet. He also has a boring company which is making waves in the construction and logistics industry. Not to mention, was also one of the early investors in OpenAI, which has pioneered platforms like ChatGPT. He has now bought Twitter, rebranded as X, to give back freedom of speech to individuals in the world. Despite his ingenuity and his undeniable service to humanity, Elon Musk seems to also have some enemies that criticize and point extremely vague accusations towards him, which I find hypocritical, as most of these people haven't even achieved 1% of what he has achieved in his life, and most likely never will. All of this became magnified when he bought Twitter. The reason why Elon Musk bought Twitter is to reestablish freedom of speech in the platform, which will have a huge effect on Western society in general, especially the United States. Twitter had been turned into a wing of government, mostly used by the Democratic Party and the socialist-minded individuals and institutions that would have censored anything that doesn't fall in line with their naive and corrupt view of the establishment. It censored truths about COVID-19, the Biden administration, and spread misinformation about individuals that spoke truth to power, on some occasions kicking them off the platform based on extremely vague accusations of sexism, misogyny, racism, or any other label they found convenient to censor an individual. Jordan Peterson and Donald Trump were two of the victims of this senseless censoring of individuals that don't fall in line with the mainstream narrative. When Elon Musk bought Twitter, he vowed to have all people's accounts reinstated and give freedom of speech to all, regardless of race, religion, political stance, or else. This angered some of the establishment figures, as they felt they do not have the same grip over the flow of information, and were scared that Twitter, or X as it's called now, will become a platform to expose the corruption of the establishment and will lead to an uprising against those who contribute to its conservation. This then led to the establishment and affiliate corporations to start pointing vague accusations without any evidence whatsoever that Twitter/X has now become a divisive platform full of hate speech. This was then perpetrated by a BBC reporter when interviewing Elon Musk, in which he accused the platform of rising hate speech, but couldn't give a single example, which then Elon Musk exclaimed, "You just lied." This was then again reinforced by Media Matters, an extreme left-wing agency accusing Twitter/X of anti-Semitism, a complete baseless claim, which led to Elon Musk filing a gigantic lawsuit against the firm. This coincided with the fact that some of the establishment corporations, such as Disney and others, to stop advertising on X. As you know, social media companies are reliant heavily on the money they make from advertisers. So this was a move by the establishment to effectively bankrupt X. However, like a true leader, Elon Musk stuck to his principles of free speech and brushed aside the unfounded accusations and told the advertisers that have abandoned the platform to go themselves. This has now become a cultural and viral moment, and that video has since got millions of views in only a matter of hours. This points to a wider matrix, or the system, or the establishment, or whatever you want to call it, that try to program people in a certain way and will attack, censor, or even kill those who go against their narrative. We as a public have to stand up to such programming and not allow the matrix to bully or scare us into their twisted narrative of the world. Elon Musk is admired because not only he changed the course of history multiple times through different enterprises, but now he is changing the political landscape by allowing individuals to have a voice without being censored. This is hugely significant. He truly understands the significance of freedom of speech and its essentiality for a thriving democracy. In the absence of free speech, a state can quickly turn into a dictatorship. Think North Korea or Iran. Elon Musk legend grows the more he doesn't buckle to the demands of big corporate interests that try to bully him into a certain way of thinking or doing things. That's why Elon Musk is a legend and he should be protected at all costs. I struggle to think of another example of a human that has been so influential in history, especially when it comes to innovation and identifying the needs of society on different issues.